Today, we're going to talk about the Beacon report that just came out yesterday for the real estate stats for Central Oregon in May. And I'll try and get into some of the meat. This will show you what's happened in the market over the last year or so, and plus what happened last month. Let's share this screen and see what happens. Okay, so hopefully you all can see that. This is the Beacon report. This is done by Beacon Appraisal. And what they do is they take all the stats from our local market and our MLS, and they compile that in a pretty decent report for us. And it's really great information. Just thought I'd share it with you. So Donnie puts this together for us. It comes out every month, hopefully within the first 6 or 7 days of the month. This is stats for last month in May for Central Oregon in 2022. What you'll see is the median price in thousands. So this month was 740,000. This is Bend single family residents only. So single family residents are not including condos or manufactureds. Anyway, so single family res, 740,000 for Bend last month. Now that is down 30,000 from the previous month. You guys can see my little cursor at 770, topping out at 773. So we're a little bit of a downward spiral, and you guys know that the market is changing. So we'll see what happens in the next few months. But this is telltale sign that we're seeing some market shift, especially in pricing. What we can also come down to is the number of sales. So randomly enough, even though we're at 740 for median price, our number of sales went way higher last month, 218. And this is relevant because what we're seeing is more homes on the market. There's still a huge buyer demand out there, but we are seeing more homes on the market. People are feeling a little bit more confident that they can find something to buy, and so they're selling now, and they don't want to miss that market too. Here we go. This is days on market. Now, when you get down to this bottom number, the average days on market for Bend single family, 5 days. I mean, that sounds crazy, and it is crazy. And you can tell that our norm is like that 50, 60-day mark when you go back to 2019. This is pre-pandemic. So if you had a house that sat for a month or two on the market, that's pretty normal. 5 days, not so normal. This is proof that buyer demand is still hot. There is a huge shortage in housing in our market in Central Oregon, and buyer demand is real. Even though the rates have gone up and a 30-year mortgage, fixed rate mortgage is higher than it was before, somewhere in that 5 to 5.5 range as of today or yesterday is when I checked. Those are averages. Don't quote me on that. I'm not a mortgage officer, but that's what we're seeing in the market right now. And so 5 days is still very, very hot. Building permits. Here's one reason why it's hot. Building permits are way down. I mean, this is single family residence permits, building permits per month. This is really, really low, people. Do you think that the Bend market right now can absorb 55 permits in 1 month as far as sales? Obviously, we just sold 218 homes, not all new. But if we only produce 55 of those a month, we're at a huge shortage, huge shortage. Okay, so great to know. This has to do with cash versus conventional loan transactions. So you can see out of that total number, 56 were cash and 158 were financed. So we still seeing cash offers come in, not as many as prior. 158 conventional loan. That is the Bend market. Let's check out, single month supply. So month supply, we're actually creeping up to 1.3 months of supply. That means if we had every home, if we had no new homes listed as of today, it would take us 1.3 months to sell everything in the market. Remember, a healthy market is 6 months supply. 3 to 6 months supply is a healthy market. Pre-pandemic, you can see over here, 3 months supply, down to 0.03 in January, this most recent January. And that's just the crazy demand. Okay, this is price per foot. So if you have a 2,000 square foot house, the average price per foot is $374 a foot. This is kind of like cookie cutter Bend home. You can pretty much count that that's your value depending on its condition. Please refer to a licensed broker to help you evaluate condition based on your price. $374 a foot. So if you just simply multiply 2,000 times 374, that would be your median sales price for your particular home. That's one easy way to check. Again, don't trust your Zillow. It's estimates. Ever. Always confirm. All right, this is kind of a confusing one. We'll skip that. Redmond. Hey, Redmond is doing great. We also did see a slight decrease. We're seeing single family median price homes, 538 last month or in April to 519 in May. So we are seeing again that same price decrease curve, just like Bend. So 519 is your median price in Redmond for May. Number of sales, 85, still pretty strong. We average in Redmond, anywhere between 75 and 125 on a normal month. The problem when you see these dips is that there's just no inventory. So if there's nothing to buy, then obviously our number of sales go down. So that is a true fact of struggle here in Redmond. Days on market bumped to 6, or stayed consistent with 6. Again, same with Bend, that we're seeing a very high demand still with more listings coming on. However, those listings are selling quickly. Again, we went to 85 sales from 66 previous month, and we're still at 6 days on market on average. Cash to conventional, 58 to 15. So out of those, where we are, 85 transactions, 58 were conventional mortgage and 15 were cash transactions. Building permits, 31 total permits. That's faring a little bit better than Bend. I'm going to be honest with you, Redmond is a little more progressive with their building programs and their buildable land. So Redmond has more buildable land than Bend. Just that's the facts. Bend is pushing 102,000 people now. Redmond's about 37,000, and we're still all constricted by urban growth boundaries. That's a totally different topic that I can get into later. However, Redmond has a little bit more buildable land than Bend does for single family residences. Anyway, 31 permits applied for last month. Months of inventory, 0.9, still very low for the Redmond area. There's just a high demand with not much inventory. Anyway, so back to those two main markets in Bend and Redmond. Thank you to Donnie over at Beacon Appraisal again for doing this report for us. He does it every month. He does a great job with it. I really appreciate it. If you guys want any more information about this report or the market, please feel free to give me a call, text message, shout out, DM, whatever it takes. I'll be glad to go over that with you. I'm kind of a market nerd. I like to track all these numbers and to see where we're going in our market. Anyway, have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon on the next one.